Hello and welcome to the inaugural podcast of CSR Times titled Leading with Impact, the podcast where we explore groundbreaking ideas that are shaping the future of industry, innovation, and sustainability. I'm your host, Shabnam Asthana, and today we are diving into a story of vision, transformation, and lasting legacy. Joining me is a personality who has truly redefined what it means to innovate with purpose. Mr. Vivek Verma, the founder and managing director of Spray Engineering Devices Limited, or Spray. Under his leadership, Spray Engineering Devices Limited has grown from a bold idea into a global technology leader with solutions that improve industrial efficiency while advancing water conservation, energy savings, and environmental sustainability. From setting up the world's first zero boiler sugar and jaggery production plant to leading more than 270 water saving projects, Mr. Verma and his team are showing us how engineering can be both profitable and purposeful. Notably, this company is the first in the world to implement a boilerless sugar and jaggery production plant, a major milestone in industrial revolution. Moreover, the company goes beyond engineering solutions. Its core philosophy is firmly grounded in sustainability and energy efficiency. Building value chains within the agricultural sector is a cause that Mr. Vivek Verma is deeply passionate about. He often emphasizes the importance of the circular economy and its potential to transform entire industries. It's important to emphasize that these efforts are integral to the company's mission, dedicated to sustainable environmental development to unlock perpetual food and energy sources. So let's get started by introducing Mr. Verma, the visionary. Mr. Verma, welcome to the show. It's an honor and privilege to have you with us.
Thank you, Shabnam.
Most welcome. Let me start by taking you back to the beginning of your journey, the inception of your company, Spray Engineering Devices Limited, which has today become a global leader. It's nothing short of remarkable what you've achieved. So my question to you is, what was the initial spark that inspired you to set up this company?
See, the journey was started more because of the need of the family, the situation that was there for me at that time, and at the age of around 13-14, I was watching my father trying to become an entrepreneur, working hard in a sugar factory, running it day and night with the extreme hard work. Sometimes I used to see that he is working in a factory for 3 days continuously, and then setting the plant right and working so hard. And always I found that the amount of devotion that he had, he never got the real reward of his intelligence, his hard work. So I thought that probably the job is not, when you don't take care of your employees, then the job is not so much rewarding. And that time as a childhood, I thought that I should not do a job, but I should be an entrepreneur. And I could see that my father was also trying to be an entrepreneur, but by the time I started, my father had already tried some kind of business, and which was not so successful, but I was helping him. And the moment I came out of the college, I asked him that now you take the back seat, I will take the lead, and you support me in my business. And I will not make the kind of mistakes that you have made, and I will focus on something very specific and something which is globally the best and that product I will create, and you market it, you apply it in the sugar industry. So he became my key business developer, the in terms of the market developer, and I became a product developer, and that's how the spray engineering was started in early 90s.
That's wonderful. And going through your impressive resume and your profile, your background in agricultural engineering, which made you shift towards thermal, energy innovation, is truly unique. So, how did your academic roots influence your work in energy and water conservation?
See, my father, his elder brother, both were very scientifically driven people, and they are so science and technology was rooted to my thinking very early, and the uh, the my education in agriculture engineering, my father's background of sugar technology, and my father's elder brother, my Tauji, his background of the space and plasma physics. All these three things influenced me to work on looking at the energy profile of the sugar cane, the crop which was key to the sugar industry, and I looked at that what portion of the sugar cane is actually sugar, which is the main product, and what is not sugar is actually uh, uh, the biomass, which has 65% energy is lying in the biomass. Sugar is just 35% of the total energy. So I saw that there is a lot of potential in this biomass, and in the early 90s, we were already in the universities, we were already discussing that sooner or later oil will run out. Global warming was not so much discussed in those days, but the oil will run out of supply. That was a discussion, and we were all thinking that one day the agriculture crop residues will become a major source of the energy, and we were all trying to save energy in the agriculture and also agricultural processing. And that was the starting point of my journey, trying to create not only food from the sugarcane, but also energy from the sugarcane crop.
Okay, that's very interesting. So there was a lot of observation that went into this entrepreneurship and a lot of forward thinking, which is, a very fine blend of both. And it's very interesting how this entire thing shaped up. Your family must be very proud of you, and so must be your father, because, that was the spirit of entrepreneurship that you took up. My next question would be that in this entire journey, in your corporate journey, it must have been rife with challenges, successes, even failures, I'm sure. So, what was your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
See, when you start a business, and if you are blessed with some success, then you start growing. And when you manage a team of 5, 10, 20, 50 people, it is very easy to motivate them, it is very easy to take care of them, and communication is never a problem because you are one to one with almost all of your team members. So the growth and the development of product or ideas is very fast. The moment you increase your team size, then you start developing gap between your team. Say today we are handling a team of 1500 people, then you don't see the same level of motivation what you have when you have a group of say 50 people. So that is the biggest challenge which I always had, and actually I may say that it is still there. So I'm trying to improve it. But coming to a corporate culture, when a small group, everybody tries is like a friend. In a corporate, the things are handled in a very different way. Employees are also thinking differently, and we are also perceived to be very different. So this is the biggest challenge which I face all the time.
Yes, that's very. Employees also want to be a part of the corporate culture. So by integrating them, battling with so many thoughts, ideas, and then finally motivating them is truly remarkable. My moving on to the next segment, let's focus a little on the aspect of sustainability meeting innovation. So, at Spray Engineering Devices Limited, the phrase empowered by innovation is more than a motto. It is a lived experience. That's what I have been reading. So, how do you integrate sustainability into your innovation roadmap?
See, uh, as we are moving forward, the problems of the society are like energy, water, global warming, and the environment in which we are working in India. That India as a society is doesn't have own hydrocarbon resources as much as we should have, and but fortunately, India is one of the greenest country which has lot of vegetative growth, lot of agriculture, and the temperature of the subcontinent is also around about 25 degrees centigrade, which is the best temperature for almost everything. And we are not in the extreme weather conditions, so our temperature is like from 10 degrees centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade. So this is the ideal climate in which vegetative growth takes place, and this is also good for sunshine also. And we have a very widespread rainfall also. Even the areas like desert of Jaisalmer also receives 200 millimeters of rainfall. So we have a plenty of water available all across the country, and sunshine and biomass. So for us, growing food is a very easy thing. We could be the most productive food producer in the world. We are even now, and we can be the global food supplier. And and along with that, this crop residues, which is a carbon source, and the solar panels, which are the green hydrogen source. So we have a very nice ecosystem where one thing actually promotes the next thing, and the next thing promotes the another thing. So we could be the material source, the hydrocarbon source of the world, and we could be the food source of the world. And in this process, the domestic economy will be very economical, because we all are striving to get very economical food, very wide variety of food, and with the food we get the materials which are like carbon based materials like plastic, paints, or fuels. All these things are byproduct of the food production chain. So for us, the becoming carbon emission free actually is a very profitable business. So it is not so much, my thoughts are not so much of uh, oriented towards drawing the benefit of becoming green, but rather becoming green is a economic need of the country. So if India wants to be prosperous, India has to take care of its the waste carbon, which is rotting or burning everywhere. We must stop the burning. We must convert the carbon into a molecule, into a product, and sell it, and also sell food also by properly processing. In the processing of the food, let us not waste thermal energy. Let us not burn anything, and that is what is looking to me is a very big business idea, which is not only to be adopted by us as a SCDL, but also rest of the country. All the companies have to adopt. That will make our country very green and very economically very viable and globally competitive. And that is what make us a very respected country also.
Yes, indeed, very thought provoking, and people must actually sort of work towards this. Good information, thought provoking, and I'm sure the viewers would be very excited to know more about your, uh, perspective. So, with a corporate culture that is dotted with innovation, I have been reading your zero boiler sugar and jaggery production plant has garnered global attention. How has this breakthrough changed the environmental and industrial dynamics of the sugar industry?
See, about 10 years back, one of our customer saw our very energy efficient plant in Pune, near Pune. So he came to us, 5, 6 friends, they came to us and they said that we want to establish a very innovative jaggery plant in our town, Chalisgaon. And many of them were very educated people and very enlightened. And they said, we are willing to take any risk, but we want you to support the group and make a very important landmark that very highly energy efficient jaggery plant should be established. Then I asked them, can you, if I give you a plant which is boilerless, would you be interested? They said that if you support us, you convince us, we will support this idea also. So this experiment was started in Maharashtra, and we took that challenge. We had a lot of troubles in between. Even they also had a lot of troubles. But finally, we could actually mature this idea of a factory without a boiler and processing sugarcane properly, as efficient in a large sugar factory, and converting that into jaggery. See, the main idea was not to create any competition for the large sugar factories, but rather to facilitate that the change, because eliminating the boiler in a 10,000 ton sugar factory is impossible unless we have a small model of 10 times or 20 times smaller plant running without boiler, and that can be then become a model for the large sugar factory. So you can't make a big change in a large city, but you can change a village very nicely, very quickly. So this was the idea, and the purpose was that the biomass is such a bulky commodity. If any of the sugar factory becomes boilerless, then the amount of biomass that would be saved, that will be actually covering 20 meters all the ground of that sugar factory plot where it is located. So biomass is such a big commodity, and we burn in such a big number that we don't know what we are doing. So best thing is to hold this biomass near the farm and keep this biomass supply to the sugar factory and these sugar factories needs to be biorefineries. They get more value from the bagasse than they get from the sugar. Sugar value as in terms of energy is only 1/3. The 2/3 value lies in the biomass, and that needs to be processed round the year by changing these factories into biorefineries, producing plastic, producing urea, producing paints, producing aviation turbine fuel. So list is endless. Whatever today is being made from petroleum products or coal or gas or LPG can be made from the agricultural biomass. And India has enough agricultural biomass to meet the 100% demand of the hydrocarbon that is currently being met from the fossil-based material. So that was the whole idea, that we have to create an example that it is indeed possible to process anything by heat recycling and not to burn. And electricity is becoming cheaper. The national grid is becoming better and better. It is very reliable. It is becoming more and more green with the arrival of solar power, wind power, batteries, and hydroelectric is also there to support. Nuclear is also available. So let us look at the more green power which is available from the grid for the processing of the sugar cane and making the sugar cane processing more green than ever.
This idea has definitely moved on to garner global attention. and it's very heartening to note that the initiative by your company. You've also moved on you've executed over 270 water projects and robust ZLD systems. So, how is your company contributing to India's clean water mission and global SDG goals?
See, this is very interesting field, and largely coming out of our experience in the water, means sugarcane processing. See, in sugarcane processing, we are also getting about 15% solid containing juice, and we are supposed to remove all the water and produce a solid product, which is sugar. Now, with water, we have a different situation. We have water which has small amount of nutrients, small amount of salt, small amount of carbon, and we need water as a product, not solid as a product. But the we all want very clean water. We want fresh water. We want rainwater like quality everywhere. But from where this will come? Unless we want only fresh water, but there is no fresh water in the world. All the water that we drink, we see in the river is all recycled water. One is happening via rain. It is there in the mountains. It is coming as the snow melts and it comes into our river. And our river water is coming, is largely rainwater. But of late, what is happening that we are actually drawing a lot of groundwater and processing this groundwater by destroying the carbon of the water. The dissolved impurities are all there, and we are putting that water into our lakes or our rivers. The rivers are getting polluted because it is not. It looks like a fresh water, but it contains a lot of dissolved impurities, nutrients. The nutrients are getting lost in the river water. It is also going into our groundwater aquifers. There also it is polluting. So whatever water is going in the ground or in our water bodies has to be rainwater, nothing else. And rainwater means zero TDS water. Now that is something which was not. I could see that the current water technologies does not address this problem. We are actually not 100% recycling. So what we have adopted is the technology of the distillation, which produces almost rainwater equivalent water and 100% of the rainwater. So the factories becomes ZLD. They don't discharge anything. Rather, they recover the solids, which are also valuable things. Most of the time, it is nutrients, it is the product, it is the chemical which is recovered, and we don't need the fresh water. So the factories, we made the factories zero water intake itself. Instead of discharging and taking fresh water, these becomes water neutral factories. And the quality of water, which is distilled water, which is going back into the process, is actually purer than the groundwater, purer than the lake or river water, because it doesn't have anything. It is distilled water. So this technology was gradually adopted by many pharmaceutical companies. Even Coke, 4 or 5 plants of Coke now have started using this technology to clean up their wastewater to make it usable for cleaning and for boiler operations again. So the water quality is so pure that it is, you can say, it is better than any water which is available either in the ground or in the river.
Okay, that's very interesting. So, with all these your expertise and the various experiences that you have had, is there any advice that you would have for companies that are looking to balance industrial performance with environmental responsibility?
See, many times we are actually thinking that the sticking to the green norms, environmental norms, is a actually obligation which may make your industry not profitable. Means that it's investing on the energy efficiency, carbon efficiency, water efficiency is is going to put liability on you. But I feel that the uh, when you become green compliant, you actually become very profitable. So it is not an obligation; it is obligation for your profitability, and to sustain this business in longer term. Every factory has to have zero water intake. Every factory has to have zero fuel intake. It should be green, and it is possible for every factory to become zero CO2 emission. Possibility is there, and it is actually it will make you more profitable. And the world is now moving in a reverse direction in the towards the carbon neutrality and then further to carbon negativity. That journey is already started, and we will see in near future all the coal-based power plants getting closed, not because of any compulsion, but because of the technology change. All the cars on the road will become electric, not because of the only compulsion, but because the electrical transport system will be far more efficient. So it is better to uh, board on this ship as early as possible, and before it is too late, and then you are not viable. So very important to be environmentally conscious.
So you have moved on from creating a local impact to a global presence. You have a footprint of about 40 plus countries, and now it is truly a global brand. So how do you ensure your solutions remain locally relevant while globally scalable?
So we are working from the very small jaggery plant to a very large sugar refinery or a large sugarcane processing plant or a plant which actually convert biomass into aviation turbine fuels. So for us, these large projects, they come uh, once in a year or two, but the smaller projects, they are actually changing the lives of the people in the villages. So both are equally important. These projects in India, especially, what we are trying to push is to uh, install sugarcane processing plants in the villages, in the remote villages where actually industrialization has not reached, and trying to create a very smart farming methods and also very smart uh, biomass to ethanol possibilities in these smaller plants also. So working in the smaller plants brings multiple business. Working in the large plants, it actually gives us pleasure of working in the very high level of the technology. And I mean, both are equally important. Both are complementing each other. It is very interesting to have an alternative of the fossil fuel that actually makes whole journey very enjoyable.
Now, moving on to a very interesting section, which is on research, patents, and recognition. From the CII Godrej GBC Energy Award to the CSIR Diamond Jubilee Award, you've received significant recognition. So, how has these accolades impacted you personally and professionally?
See, whenever society honors you, it makes our job and doing work. It gives lets you make you more responsible to the need of the society, and not so much of personal achievement. So it is very important to actually implement many of the projects on the ground so that replication can take place and we can actually see an economic impact on the society, the benefit of the technology. So for me, I feel that I am an extension worker who actually tries to bring the lab level or the science and technology level achievements into an industrial platform and which is working and delivering profits. So the moment it starts delivering the profits, then the whole investment starts, everyone adopts the method, and that is more heartening is that India for many centuries has not solved the problems through our own innovation within the country. So I feel that in the sugar technology and also the biomass processing, we are actually leading a small group of engineers working to develop the solution for our society, and we want that many of our solutions should be as soon as possible start making an impact on our economy. So that responsibility I can feel now, and I am very consciously working to actually deliver what these awards and these are. They are actually have created a lot of pressure on me to actually start delivering on performing the technology that we are sitting on.
Very interesting. How do you keep your teams motivated to, strategize and come in line with this thinking that, do you feel awards are a true recognition and one must just strive towards what they are motivated towards working for?
See, most of our team members, they choose to work with us. They are already very motivated. They are already working in the areas where we are working. That's why they are here, and we are our customers. Most of them are repeat customers. They are also giving us new challenges every day, and with the team that we have. First of all, most of our team members are shareholders of the company, so they know that the growth will be together, and we also enjoy working with each other. So there are people from different fields, and since our mission is very big and it requires multidisciplinary approach, so actually we enjoy company of each other, try to discuss ideas, working together to solve a problem. So sometimes means it is not a small component where only one discipline is applied. In one solution, almost all technologies, including all types of engineering and science is involved, and also a lot of HR, finance, and psychology. Many things are involved together to make it successful. It is not a straightforward solution. So we are quite a motivated team, and I'm sure that in the near future we will have a lot more success than what we are achieving right now.
That's very well said, because I do believe personally that motivation is a perfect springboard for people to take off from. Everything else follows once the entire team and the senior management is motivated. Now we move on to a segment that we at CSR Times are particularly intrigued with: CSR and community engagement. So let's talk about purpose beyond profit. How does your company approach CSR, both in its daily business and its long-term strategy?
See, in a way, CSR is like our way of life. For us, whatever we are doing, it is focused to actually enhance the income of the farmer from maybe today a hectare of land, farmer is earning about 2 lakh rupees. Our plan is that we must take it to from 2 lakhs to 20 lakhs, maybe to 50 lakhs by integration of farming, technology, processing, investment, by making it a hybrid model. Like a 1G phone today is a knowledge box, and this is the same for farming also. The farming today is only one way activity, just producing food, but actually it can be tenfold more productive, and we need to actually become a hybrid processing. The villages should become a processing house, production house, where the agriculture based resources are actually converted into not only food but almost to every material that we need in our daily life should also come from there. And also energy. Many times we think that villages, we need to supply free power or free fertilizer to the villages. We think that actually villages can actually deliver fertilizer, can actually deliver materials, power, and along with the food. And while actually thriving economy, tourism, a lot of beauty, lot of culture, lot of food, and sports. So many things are possible in the rural lives, the rural areas, and we are trying to actually unfold the agricultural economy in a different way. So this itself is a overall actually social responsible goal, and for us we are investing almost all our resources to make it a reality. And the occasional, you can say, special funds for that specific thing we are not doing, but the overall goal of the company itself is towards making the country, and especially its villages, a very thriving economy. And we are focused that in future most of our investment will happen not in the urban areas, but it will be in the rural areas. Our offices, our workshops, our processing plants, everything will be located in the rural areas.
So this is a very interesting overview of your company, of the thought process, your perspectives. It's now time to dwell on Mr. Vivek Verma, the leader. So on a personal note, you strike me as very humble and grounded, despite your incredible achievements. So what's your personal mantra for staying grounded and focused?
See, as I said in the beginning, nothing happens with the individual effort. Individual is a sort of a glue to actually take care of the people around you, and remain approachable to everyone, and remain in reality to take care of the people and their problems. So I achieve by taking care of the people, and the people, they take care of the larger goal that the company has. And as the subject is very vast, and the technology is very deep, every subject has to have its own experts, and I stay connected with most of them through the structure of the company, and allow them personal comfort. And if I am in touch with everyone, if I am personally available, then only it is possible that they will feel secure in working in the company, and they will feel motivated to the larger goals of the company. So every individual has a small goals and small needs, and everything needs to be aligned with the overall goal of the company, and the needs to be met by the overall availability of the resources within the company. So very important to stay connected, because that is the only thing which actually keeps the whole team together and stay motivated.
Very well said. And it is indeed a golden key to, keeping the entire organization glued together. This interview would not be complete without touching upon the future of green innovation. So, before we close, what's next for your company in terms of, let's say, for the next 5 years, technologically, geographically, and of course, in terms of CSR goals? What do the next 5 years hold for you? Yes.
Yes. So we have achieved now very commercially and technically very perfectly that the most of the crops like paper making, sugar making, pharmaceutical products, or any type of biofuel production, we have already established the technology of zero fuel burning. So now the amount of biomass that has been will be saved with these interventions, that needs to be converted into products, and almost every product can be made from this biomass, but we need to actually uh, convert these solid fuels into liquid fuels or liquid materials which are ready, can be easily becomes the feeds primary material for the next level of change. Means that the biomass needs to be converted into ethanol with highest level of efficiency. So that is our goal, and we could see that in next 5 years, many plants will come out where with almost 100% carbon efficiency, we will see that liquid fuels are produced or methane is produced, and the biomass residues, which are largely nutrients, will get back to the villages, to the farms for nutrient recycling. So getting not just energy security but also nutrient security and nutrient recycling is very important for the agriculture, because without that you will not see highest level of productivity in the farm. So we have to actually produce food at the globally most competitive price, but we also have to produce green fuels also at a globally oil competitive price, below that price that we have to produce. And that is possible because we have green hydrogen and biomass, both are available way below the oil price, already available. And our journey now is to create liquid fuels and organic chemicals from that. So ethanol production is our first goal. We want that next 5 years we will have a highly commercially successful, globally oil competitive 2G ethanol plant already working at a size which can be replicated, maybe 5 plants every district of the country, to make our country completely carbon emission free from the agriculture, and also replacing the oil, which is actually almost like 10% of our GDP, that we are importing hydrocarbon or hydrocarbon based products. That can be stopped, and that money will be actually going into our contribution in the agriculture. So India's agriculture contribution is just 20% at the moment. I would like that it should not go further down, rather it should go up. Only it is possible when we create interest in the agriculture and make the agriculture highly profitable profession again, not just from the food portion but also from the energy and the carbon and the nutrient recycling angle also.
And finally, as we conclude this podcast, may I have one final message that you would like all the audience and the listeners to get from you as a concluding remark?
See, in my life, I have seen a lot of setbacks also, sometimes lot of humiliation also, sometimes lot of failures also. But always and I am not a brilliant student, I am not a brilliant academic, I never had a brilliant academic record, but I always remain positive. And always, even to my adversaries also, I I have always tried to remain very positive, and within our life, we must adopt a very positive attitude, and we must not take revenge. We must not take negative actions at any cost. Always think about positive, and this attitude actually, and even in your life also, we must try to do best what you can, and sooner or later this positive attitude actually takes you forward, and negativity in the life has to be avoided at all the time, and happiness, positive future should be always taking the center of your thought process, not the negative things which have happened in the past.
Wonderful pearls of wisdom, and I'm sure this is brilliant advice. And you have lived through so much and you've seen so much. It stems from your personal experience. Positivity is indeed a virtue that all of us must imbibe. So, Mr. Verma, thank you so much for joining us today in this special podcast. Your story and the journey of Spray Engineering Devices Limited are a powerful reminder that purpose-led innovation can change industries and lives. To our audience, our listeners, thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and join us in our next episode, showcasing yet another powerful story of innovation and impact. So thank you once again, Mr. Verma. And until next time, this is me, Shabnam Asthana, signing off. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.